3:53 p.m. I am in Canggu, staying at the most amazing place. Easily my favorite hotel stay of the year. And I'm upset because I'm really, really sick. And I'm traveling alone, and that's really scary. So I woke up this morning at like 6 a.m. and I just started like having problems with my stomach. The hotel here is amazing. So they have a WhatsApp, and you connect to their WhatsApp and you can just message them anytime. And I messaged them and said, hey, I think I need some help. Like I've lost a lot of fluids over a long time today. I cannot get enough water into me or keep anything in me. So can you help me? And they've called the house call doctor. Coming to your room. Oh yes, the doctor's here. He's going to come to my room. Oh, this is not how I saw today going. That's them. I am filming myself. I have a YouTube channel. Is that okay?
Okay. What do you take? You want a tablet medicine or the drip medicines?
Probably the drip medicines.
The drip medicines?
I think, like, is that like fluid?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I need some fluid.
So,
I'm so dehydrated.
yes.
I have a terrible headache.
The first I will give the fluids, maybe half liter or 1 liter
Okay.
of the normal salines.
Okay.
And the vitamins, the antibiotic.
Okay.
And medicine for stomach cramp.
Okay.
And one for the nausea.
That sounds really
Yes.
good. Gross.
So first I will make the estimate cost for you.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure, absolutely. It's a great test of my travel insurance.
So here's about the estimated cost.
Yes.
And this one for the fluids, for the needle that we use, the equipment, 750,000. So it's totally 6.1 million.
Okay. Oh, and I can pay with a credit card?
Yes.
Okay. They're putting in the IV. I'm gonna be really brave. I don't like needles.
For injection, yeah?
My flowing. I look like I'm dying, I'm not. I feel much better already. And they're pumping me full of fluids, antibiotics, a whole host of other things, including a painkiller. But look into my beady little eyes. I feel really relaxed. I'm feeling very relaxed. Yep. Whoa. Okay. What time are we up to? 5:15. You can't tell me that all didn't happen really, really fast. Those guys were so professional. They were so great. They just did little things like when they gave me the antibiotics, they just gave me like a really small dose to make sure I didn't have an allergic reaction, and they stayed with me to make sure everything was going to be okay. And the thing you guys didn't see, the doctor was an absolute smoke show. Single people of the internet, I suggest you go out and like lick a monkey or like kiss the pavement or something and come to Dessahay and say, call that smoke show of a doctor. and then shoot your shot with him. One of you's got to do it. What's going to happen is I have like copies of everything that happens. They did like a copy of the treatment and all this stuff. I try not to swear. And then I paid them. I have a copy that I paid them. And they have all my contact details in this medical information form I filled out. And Dr. Smoke Show is going to send me through hopefully a photo I can show you all. Dr. Smoke Show. He's going to send me through some kind of medical form so that I can show it to my travel insurer and be like, hey, I paid 600 Australian dollars for this. Give me back my money. And hopefully they will. And what I'll do is I will update you. So this is happening now. I'm going to make the claim, everything, and then you're going to get to watch it all happen at one time so we can figure out safety wings. Yay or nay. Hot or hot trash. And I will check back in with you. I will give you an update to make sure I'm not dead. Actually, if you're seeing this vlog, I'm not dead. I have to edit it. I can't edit it if I'm dead. It's about 11 p.m. Just throwing up again. was just starting to get like cold, you know, trying to sleep, and I'm like starting to get that chill and wanting to like bury myself deeper under the blankets. So I was like, oh, maybe the fever's coming back, and you're a bit delirious though, you know, so you're like, oh no, I'm sure it's fine, you know, it's late in the evening, so maybe it's just naturally cold. But when the nausea starts to build, I'm throwing up by myself. It's just so awful. And this is when it's really hard traveling by yourself, because all you want is someone to be here to like say, hey, I'm in this with you, you're not doing this by yourself. It's like it's scary and lonely. Like I don't think I'm gonna die, but God, it'd be better if there was someone here with me to just be like, oh, you got this. It's about 7:30 in the morning. I had a rough night. I had a really rough night. I'm just drained. And, at least I feel better today. Like, I just gotta hope that I can stop throwing up. I hate throwing up. It's so foul. So I checked in yesterday and I actually managed to film the room before the sickness really got bad. I was like, I have to film this room before I lay down and let myself unravel within it, because I want to show you just how beautiful and perfect it is. It was a stretch, and I am glad I did it.
She stares into endless space in a silent state, and I think about it. Last night I was in denial of the mess I've made, and I think about it. When will we decide if this is all a lie and there is nothing left to try? We always end up fighting, then apologizing, never gonna be alright. You say it's the last time you'll stay. We'll start.
The hotel is a member of Small Luxury Hotels. Now, they specialize in boutique hotels and resorts that are intimate, unique, and personable. So be sure to check out the link below. They have gorgeous properties dotted all over the world in beautiful locations. So I am sure you will find one that will make your next adventure unforgettable. The time has come for me to try and emerge from the villa. I've just been laying down all day, just trying to relax and hydrate, and I'm starting to feel a little better, but I just feel like I kind of want to do something to like just get out of the room for a little bit, but I don't want to leave the resort. Obviously, I don't want to do anything crazy. I need to be close to the villa if I start to feel really unwell. So they have a couple of cool activities here. I'm going to check those out, and let's just see how we go.
Wishing upon satellites, 'cause my shooting stars don't arrive on time. Wide awake in the dead of night, I've been looking for all the reasons why I feel so lost. I get so lost. Show me the way home. I can't go the way I know. I've been looking for light.
If you have ever been to Bali, you would have seen the offerings all around the place. You would have seen them on the street, on the ground, on little pillars, and you've noticed them. Maybe you don't know what they are or what the reason is behind them. But today we're going to learn how to make them, and we have a local expert who's going to help us with this. I'm here with beautiful Mandy, who is our teacher today.
Hi, I'm Mandy.
What's the meaning behind the offerings? What are they called and what do they mean?
Chana.
Chana.
Yes.
And why do you do them?
Yes. Is it like the chanang for the like the we say the thank you
Right.
to the God for the everything they give to us, like the healthy, fortune, and then everything.
I just asked Mandy what happens if I make a bad one. Do I get 7 years bad luck? Yeah. She said it's fine. So Mandy's is spectacular. Look at this. If that was an offering to me, I'd be very happy with that. That's 10 out of 10. You're about to see some real subpar offering from me.
Try my best to walk the line, but my memories just don't memorize. Blame it on a bad design. I play along, but still sometimes I feel so lost. I get so lost. Show me the way home. I can't go the way I know. I've been looking for the light. Show me the way home. Show me the way home. Show me the way.
I loved that. That's such a nice way to experience Balinese culture and really connect with people on a deeper level. I really enjoyed that. And I love the whole concept of practicing gratitude and putting some effort into doing something that shows your gratitude and being thankful for all the good things in your life. That's just such a relatable task to me. Now, I'm feeling like I am just strong enough to do one more activity. I won't be partaking in a big part of it, the alcohol part obviously, but we're going to do a mixology class, and I can sit and I can watch and I can learn.
Been counting up the cost of what it means to leave. Tell me I'm not lost. I'm just wondering, I'm just wondering. Show me the way home. I can't go the way I know. I've been looking for the light. Show me the way.
It's just nice to see other people. I've just been watching Friends in my room and now there's real people around.
Yeah.
I feel like I have friends again. It's about 5:30 in the morning and I can't stop throwing up. This is just out of control. I'm trying to get myself to the hospital. I feel really bad. Oh my god, I can see a cat up on the driveway and a kitten. I think that's good luck.
I've been thinking about the nights when you and I would fly. Nothing on our minds but the sunrise. Thinking about the roads with nowhere else to go except the tiny circles leading home. Oh, 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 oh. We're never going home. Oh, oh, oh. Where we are, nobody knows. Oh, oh, oh. And as long as we're here, we got nothing to fear. We're gonna keep on driving. We're gonna keep on driving.
Good morning, you guys. Oh, I love this little bed going up like this. I had a really good rest last night. I feel really rested. I haven't slept really well the last few nights because I keep waking up to throw up. fevers and feeling bloody awful, but last night, whoa, I had just the rest my body really needed. So the nurse said I might be able to discharge today, which is great. They're just going to keep pumping me full of fluids, and if I can keep eating and not throwing up, I should be able to leave today, which is great. That means, I mean, I'll tell you exactly how much this cost when I left, but I paid the deposit of 1,000 Australian dollars yesterday, and I guess that's just so they guarantee that they get paid, and then they will refund me whatever didn't get spent. So working on that, let's say, so for 3 nights it was going to be $1,000, so maybe I should, let's say conservatively, I estimate it will be about $400, which is pretty amazing given the house call doctor was $600. I think if I had my time again, I would probably just come straight to the hospital because it's cheaper for prolonged treatment that got me better faster. I'll let you know how I go with the travel insurer. Let's see if Safety Wing is reliable or not. The ultimate test. The ultimate review. The review you don't want to be able to make, but now that I can actually tell you if you can trust them or not.
It has been a hot minute since this whole thing happened, so I'm in a really good position to tell you where the process is at and give you some advice and insight into travel insurance, whether I would recommend mine, and if not, why not? So the total cost for my 1 night stay at the hospital was 4,174,000 Indonesian rupiah, which is roughly 396 Australian dollars or 275 US dollars. I think that's great value. I paid a deposit of 11 million rupiah when I was admitted to the hospital, and when I was discharged, they sent me down to the accounts desk. I gave them my bank account details here in Australia, and they told me the balance, the remaining amount that I didn't have to pay, that would be refunded back to me. It took around 2.5 weeks for that money to come back to me. There was an issue with them refunding it, and they contacted me on WhatsApp to check the payment details were right. So they were really good at following up about getting that money back to me. Now, the hospital said I would have the medical report, which I needed for my travel insurance claim, within 3 days. That didn't happen. It took 17 days. And in that time, I sent multiple follow-up emails to the hospital using the email address they had provided. And to this day, I've never heard back. The only reason I was able to get that medical report was because the person from the accounts team WhatsApped me. And I said, hey, I really needed to talk to somebody about this medical report. And after a bit of back and forth, they finally caved and gave me somebody's number. That's how I got it. Otherwise, I don't know if I would have. Now, while I was initially skeptical about the hospital based on the emergency area, once I got into the international wing, everything was smooth sailing. I would be curious to know if you can get into the international wing without having to go through that emergency area. That would be the ideal outcome if you could do that, because that was just it was overwhelming when you're sick and alone. Now, I never actually spoke with Safety Wing, my travel insurer, directly about this whole claims process. I did DM them about changing my flights after the fact, but the way it went down was Matt had contacted them and said, hey, Phoebe's sick, which hospital should we take her to? And I guess that triggered something in them to start a claims process. And I randomly got an email from this group called Medical Audit Professionals, and to be honest, I thought it was a scam when they said, let's get your travel insurance claim rolling. Turns out Safety Wing use a third party, Medical Audit Professionals. I didn't know this when I signed up with them, and if I had, I wouldn't have signed up with them. I don't want to be palmed off to a third party, I just want to deal with my travel insurer directly. And here's why. Now, when this Medical Audit Professionals contacted me in the first instance, they said they need a copy of my passport, itinerary, phone number, and a completed authorization form. I completed those and sent them through, and then some days later they came back to me and were like, oh, this is only 3 things or 4 things off the list of stuff you need to provide. That bothered me because just tell me up front everything they need to provide, don't send it through in drips and drabs. So they needed me to get together my international claims like invoices, proof of payment, all my medical records, which includes your lab results, radiological films, admission note, progress notes, discharge notes, the whole 9 yards. I did expect that. I did get those things together. It just took a little bit of sourcing, but still, wouldn't it be nice if they'd told me everything up front, not just part of it. In the past, when I've dealt with other travel insurers, I have dealt with them directly. Whoever I signed up with, that's who's handled it. And I've just found that a lot easier, faster, and more personable. Because honestly, Medical Audit Professionals, I found them to be quite abrupt, not the best customer service at all, not a lot of contact at all, and I don't know, maybe I'm dealing with doctors and they're busy or whatever, but I haven't loved the service at all. So I got everything submitted to them, and it has been 38 days since I submitted my claim, and I haven't heard back from them from the date they said, yeah, we've received everything, just haven't heard back. So I'm gonna have to be following up with them, because they did say it would take around 45 days, which to me is a really long time, because in the past when I've dealt with other insurers, it's been a couple of weeks tops and the money is back to you. But 45 days radio silence. So I found them to be very slow. And for that reason, and the other reasons I've mentioned, I wouldn't use Safety Wing again, and I wouldn't use anybody that uses medical audit professionals again. I would go with two of my tried, true, tested, beloved travel insurers, Travel Insurance Direct and Covermore. Both times I've had to claim with them, it's been so easy to get in touch with them. They offer really quick support, the process is fast, it's easy, you get the money back quick. That would be my preference. Now, I hope you absolutely never get sick and you never need to use any of this advice, but if you do, hopefully seeing this whole thing play out from start to finish has given you some kind of help and comfort that you're going to be okay. Everything will be alright, and you know what the process is going to look like, because it's a little scary and overwhelming when you're in the middle of it, but I survived, so can you. And with that, that brings this week's episode to a close, you guys. I really hope it's been helpful. If you don't already, be sure to subscribe right now so you never miss a single episode, and say hello in the comments below. I hope you have a great weekend ahead, and I will see you with a brand new episode of me trying to get better and feel better in Legian next week. Love you.